I believe at the heart of board gaming is storytelling, and everyone has a story to tell. Welcome to Have a Seat with Amanda Lee, and join me each week as I introduce designers, publishers, content creators, artists, and more from the board game community. There's room for everyone at my table, so have a seat. Hello and welcome to episode 9 of Have a Seat with Amanda Lee. I am your host, Amanda Lee Anderson, aka Empty Nest Board Mama on the gram. Today, I have the second part of the tripod for Operation Game Night, Mr. Clay Gable. Welcome, Clay.
Thanks for having me, Amanda. You're right. That intro is way too long.
Is it?
No. I just wanted to rile you up.
I feel like it's like 2 seconds, like just 2 seconds too long that it could just be, but
yeah. No, it really builds the suspense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we need it.
Welcome to the podcast, Clay. How's it going?
It's going great. I had an awesome time listening to you and Travis go back and forth last week.
Yep.
I would like to set the record straight on one thing right off the bat.
Tell me.
I heard you inquire if I was, the gamer that was always rules lawyering everybody, saying, nope, can't do that.
Actually.
And yes, I'm biased, but I would like to think that is not me.
Not you.
I am actually, I like to know the rules ahead of time,
okay.
To answer questions, be there for people. But once the game starts rolling, I watch people do something wrong. But if it's something they were excited about, they were like really excited about this move and it doesn't affect anybody else really, I'll just let it go. Nobody else saw it. Just let that ride. So I just wanted to be clear for anybody that listened last week and were like, Clay's the worst. He's going to be up in your grill.
Never said that.
That's Travis, if anybody.
Really?
No, I don't know.
I just thought because of the detail-oriented scheduling of your game nights.
Yes.
What I was listening to, I don't remember what episode it was, but when you were discussing your game night weekend, was that when Jared was there?
Yeah.
So it reminded me of my sister-in-law. And when her and my brother got married, they had a schedule of the wedding day. Oh. And it was very, very, very detailed. And there was one point in it where I believe it was like 6 minutes unaccounted for. And we still razz her to this day about like those 6. We're like, what do we do? There's nothing on the schedule.
I love that. That's definitely me. That I am definitely detail oriented in that way, just because I've hosted so many game nights and when things get a little too fluid and people start meandering a little too much, it's hard to get people back on track.
Yeah, it's really hard to
not everybody's on the same page. If you're trying to figure out what you're playing, who's playing on the fly, it's just it's hard as the host to be able to manage all that, especially with a bigger game group. So I just like to set the expectations up front. Here's 2 hours. We're going to be playing this game. If you're in, please mark it down that you're in so we can, make sure you're all up to speed. But but that is to ensure people have maximum fun. Yeah. I don't know if it comes off that way or if it's just burdensome, but my intention is to make peak fun levels for everybody there. And once the games are being played, I don't want to get in the way of the fun.
Okay, fair.
Unless people are talking too much, and then I'll shut them down.
Or what about if they take too long?
Yeah, I'm more okay with that. I don't love waiting for.
Or are you that guy?
I am not. I take turns at light speed. Yes. When I have people over playing games, especially if I feel like I'm in like the host setting, my turn is like that. I barely even think about it. I lose a lot, but I just want to make sure everybody else is like getting them, not waiting for me, and they're not thinking this game sucks because they're waiting for me to puzzle stuff out. Yeah.
Never playing with Clay again.
Yeah, I know. I try and be a good time. Except, I don't like people getting too distracted. Yes. But if they're thinking about their turn, like that means they're engaged with the game. That means they're, having a good time thinking about it. So I'm all for that.
Awesome. Well, thank you for clarifying.
Yes, of course. We've set the
All
record
in good
straight.
fun. Yes, set the record straight.
Yeah.
So if anything, it's Travis.
Definitely Travis.
Jared is still the wild card. Everybody can agree on that.
Yes, there's no doubt there.
All right. So, Clay, it is your turn to have a seat and tell me all about yourself.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go. So I'll try and make it a little relevant to, Operation Game Night and how I ended up being a board gaming podcaster. It's still weird to say.
Extraordinaire.
Yeah. But, growing up, I was definitely on the jock scene, like all sports, all the time. Wrestling was my thing. It's all I really cared about in life. But on the side, I did have some games I was passionate about. My one side of the family played a ton of cards, spades and rummy. My other side of the family was big into party games. And so anytime we had family gatherings, I was always super into getting out those games and having fun with people. But that was pretty much the extent of my gaming growing up.
Okay. As a jock,
yeah.
Were you a bully to the gaming nerds?
No, absolutely not. Here we go. So I was a little bit nerdy because there was one class I took all 4 years of high school. That was my favorite class, and it was TV production.
Okay.
And it had a lot of the nerds in there. We were on the computers, we were editing videos, we were doing the morning news. And that was my favorite class of all time. I never thought I would do anything with it. I was sometimes. I was not a good anchor. I was probably.
We need to get footage. Where is this footage? What high school did you go to? Because I'm going to call them.
Yeah, there's footage out there. It's me squinting at the teleprompter, reading. Not great stuff from a TV personality standpoint, but I did like the editing behind the scenes type of deal.
Which you are amazing at, may I add.
Well, I'll get into that in a second. But flash forward, I meet Jared and Travis. We're all playing games together. We're all stationed here at the Air Force Academy together. Travis talked about last week. We have this gaming group. It's awesome. We're always doing stuff. We all go our separate ways. And then Travis says he wants to start a podcast. And there is nothing I could think of that I would like less than doing a podcast.
Really?
I hate talking. I hate hearing myself talk.
Stop.
I said, yeah, sure. I figured he was just full of crap and it would just blow over. I was like, yeah, whatever. And so then Travis says, I see the group chat with him and Jared, and they're like, our microphones are on the way. And then, the rush of adrenaline went into me. I'm like, they're serious. They actually want to do a podcast. So I ordered a microphone and, we started this thing, 36 weeks ago, and we've been doing it ever since. But it has definitely put me outside my comfort zone. The first 5 to 6 weeks, I hated every single week. I could barely sleep the night before. I'm just talking to Jared and Travis, but it gives me so much anxiety, trying to talk eloquently about things that, but I've got
a great job.
Well, thank you. I hope I'm getting better. But anyway, we're taking huge time leaps here. I talked about high school. I talked about present time.
Yep.
But before all that, when I started getting into board gaming, I realized nobody else was really that into board gaming. Nobody was watching the videos and buying the games all the time. I had nobody to talk to. So I started my Instagram page, Cardboard and Clay, just to kind of reach out to the community and, be able to interact with other people that were obsessed with what Stonemaier Games was putting out next or, the latest and greatest. And so I started that and it was great. I enjoyed it. And that kind of feeds back into my video production days. I had such a fun time when I discovered reels, and I made some, they're pretty cheesy reels, but I had a lot of fun making them, and they're on there to see. But
are they still?
Yeah. So if you go back in my Cardboard and Clay, I've got some.
Scroll back a little.
Yeah, I've got some ancient reels in there that I was, strutting my stuff, trying to make a name for myself in the board game scene. And then It's exhausting, really, trying to keep up with that type of content creation, especially me personally. And I feel like most people are like this. You get a little bit perfectionisty about it, and you spend way too much
2
time.
seconds.
Yeah.
2 seconds on the
Yeah.
intro.
You spend way too much time trying to, come up with the best way to do it. And then you edit and rewatch and you're like, oh, this sucks. And it burned me out. And so Cardboard and Clay kind of died. And then, we started up this Operation Game Night podcast in the wake of that. And it has given me a chance to kind of touch the part of this I do like is, editing the videos and working on the graphics and things like that. I have to actively stop myself from trying to dive in too deep.
Over editing.
Yeah. Because I seriously could spend all day messing around that computer, but I got a wife, I got kids, I got a job. It's already enough it's already enough that I, hop on for hours every week to, chat with Jared and Travis and then do the basic editing I do already. But yeah, I could really unleash myself if I wanted to in that editing software. So I just have to be like, you know what, you get an hour a week to edit and that's it.
Okay.
But
that's
so
scheduled.
Yeah,
is that the job that you're looking for? Are you looking for an editing? Come on, why not? Do something you're passionate about.
Passion don't pay the bills. Uncle Sam does.
Board game community, hear me out.
Yeah.
Publishers, everybody, you need a video editor. Clayton Gable is currently in the market for a new job. He's got a salary range. He'll email you privately.
Yeah.
I'm pimping you out.
Wow.
Watch the Operation Game Night podcasts.
I don't know that's not a good testament.
No. How far it's come.
Well,
I say there's been leaps and bounds of change in just 36 short weeks. So you could definitely join a board game team, be an editor, something, put out the video. You don't have to be in the videos. You just edit them.
That's true. All right. Yeah. I mean, I like where your head's at. I don't know that my work with
finder's fee of his.
My work with Operation Game Night, I'm never happy with it because, like I said, I want to spend way more time. I want to redo the intros. I want to, get better cameras because, our picture quality sucks. I obsess over these things, but I can't because I know this is
change the theme song back.
Yeah, stop it. Because this is all, this is just a hobby. It's just for fun. This is not in any way paying the bills to do Operation Game Night. So I cannot invest in it in that type of way. But anyway, that's about me.
Tell me more.
No, that's it. That's all you get.
That's all I get?
What else do you want?
Okay, so you're, you said you're husband and a dad.
Yes.
And getting your kids. We've seen the boys on one episode.
Yeah.
That was about enough of that.
Yeah. They were not great subjects for
wrangling some cats.
Yeah.
So what have you been playing lately, Clay?
Okay. So couple things. The first one is River Valley Glassworks.
Okay.
I played it when it first came out and a few times, but Mary, my wife, I was like, this game is right up her alley. But she bristles at learning new games. So the mood struck at one game night a few weeks ago with another couple, and I brought it out, and she fell in love. So now we've been playing River Valley Glassworks all the time. I just love it's so quick. I mean,
and I always feel like I just need one or two more turns.
Yeah. But it's so tantalizing, trying to chase that score. And you're like, you know what, maybe if I can get the dark blues all the way over here, maybe I can really form a big column that's going to score a ton of points. And just that quick burst of dopamine when you actually do, see that scoring come to fruition. It's so much fun. And we've just been playing it back to back on Board Game Arena. We've been playing it on weeknights. So River Valley Glassworks has been a mainstay for us right now. And I've been liking it more every time we play.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
The other thing, now this might get me on your bad side with some of the
Uh-oh.
stuff I'm about to say.
Ooh.
So I don't know if you got to the part in our episode with Cam about Critter Kitchen.
Yes.
So
yeah, I'm almost done.
Okay.
I think it's like the last.
So this is where I'm going to get on your bad side. Flamecraft, didn't care for it.
No, that's fair. It's fair. So what Cam said about it is a very valid point, that you have, once you kind of have a strategy, you kind of just do the same thing every game. That's fair, because you're going for gold. That's it. You're trying to get the most points, because can you hear my dogs?
A little bit.
Okay. Buttheads. Yeah. But yeah, like you're going for gold because there's not really, I mean, you have a potential couple cards for endgame scoring, but really you're trying to do as much as you can before the end of the game.
Yeah.
So you just try, go for gold, go for gold, go for gold. And I think it's such buttheads. They just announced Flamecraft Duels.
I saw.
Tuesday. It launched on Kickstarter, and there are Flamecraft expansions. So they have like teams now, and there's new cards, new dragons. So I think they've heard, and I'm hoping have listened to kind of the people that I think. It's a very valid point. I love Flamecraft probably more so for the art.
Yes.
And then anything. And that's what most people say, but I do really enjoy playing it. I really do, because it's the looking at the cards. Like, oh my God, he's so cute. And like, look at this name. It's punny, and, collecting the stuff. So I really do enjoy it, but there is some improvement to be made to make it a little bit more meaty, it's not just to elevate it just a little bit.
Yeah, and it's not that I just want a meatier game. I don't know. Like there was a lot of stuff I liked that it was doing. It was, I mean, mainly, like you said, not even the art. The art's great, but the puns and the names of the shop, like those just made me giddy.
Yes.
And like it was a game I really wanted to love because of those things. And the fact that every dragon of the bread type has the same ability, like I like that because it's simple, but it also it just made it.
It just
simple. I don't know if it's too simple or if it just wasn't like that interesting of decisions I felt like I was making. It's like, do I go here and get a bunch of resources, or do I go here and get a bunch of resources? It's like, it just felt like it was it was an abundant game where I felt like I could pretty much do whatever I wanted.
Yeah.
And it was not.
Yeah, with being able to have 7 of each resource, like, seems excessive.
Yeah.
I think I've heard a lot of people played, the first time before really realizing it, that they played 7 resources total. And that definitely would make it a little bit more interesting.
Yeah. So anyway, that's just, so Critter Kitchen came out, and I knew it was from the Flamecraft team. So I was hesitant to get too excited about the gameplay because I felt a little burnt by my Flamecraft dragons. Sorry. And after Cam
on trade, has it left your collection?
It's gone. Flamecraft's been gone. Yeah. But after I heard Cam talk about Critter Kitchen on our podcast, and he described the resource gathering in it, where you almost like bid for priority at these locations, I was hooked. Like that core mechanism sounded so interesting to me, sending out your little fast mouse to grab one that gets to go first, and your boar that you can send and hope maybe nobody else goes there, and you can take 3 things that you want. Yeah. And so I got Critter Kitchen immediately after that conversation with Cam, and I brought it home and unboxed it with the kids, and we played right away. And I can tell that it's going to have legs for me because, one, it's basically an auction, right? And I love auction games. like the core of it is just auctioning for priority in these different locations and getting your ingredients to serve food. So it's a kind of a bear to set up and tear down. There's a lot of pieces and components, and I can't
Absolutely.
even imagine with that freaking deluxe Kickstarter version you have back there. I just got the basic
I'm
boy retail
pretty
version.
sure it took about 3 hours to
Wow.
open because every single resource was in its own baggie, and so you had to it was a lot. So I sat
Holy
here at
cow.
the table for probably about 3 hours getting it all organized, but the way that it fits in that box, oh, chef's
Nice.
kiss.
Oh
It's
man, you're making me want the
perfect.
big one. I
Yes.
gotta, no, I can't do it. But anyway, I really enjoyed my first play of Critter Kitchen, and I'm excited to play it some more because going out to the locations to grab your ingredients.
Mm-hmm. I just paused it by mistake because the dogs are barking. I was trying to just mute myself, but I did the wrong button.
Well, somebody missed a couple words I said, and it's
They'll
going to
be
be devastating. Yeah.
okay.
So that's what I've been playing. What have you been playing?
So I just want to tell you or make a recommendation.
Yeah.
If you like auction type games, have you played Potions of Azurland?
No, I heard you talk about it with your Gray is his
Yeah,
name, right?
Gray's the
Yeah.
designer.
Yeah.
So that game, oh, you would love it. And I don't know if you watched the whole video when Gray and I
Yeah.
talked, but basically before every round, everybody has this priority track, and there's 5 different actions you take each round, and you've got these little tiles numbered 1 through 5, and
Yeah.
you're going to place your number where you want your priority. So like if you want to forage to gather resources and you really need resources, that might be your priority 1. Or if you really want to fulfill the contracts, you've got lots of potions and you see all these people coming into town and you want to grab those people, then that would be your number 1. So I think you would really like that game.
Oh yeah.
It's
Auctions
awesome.
are I can't remember. We did our like top 5 favorite mechanisms, and auctions was either like 2 or 3 for me. So I am always interested in game. If I hear it has an auction, I love that stuff. So I will definitely check that one out.
It is on BGA. However, I do recommend such buttheads. I'm gonna pause. Sorry. Okay, we're back.
Nice.
Dogs are no longer barking. So yeah, Potions of Azurland is on BGA. However, I don't know. How do you learn? No, you're click through on BGA.
Yeah, I'm a
Don't
freaking
do it.
I'm the worst on
That's a
BJ.
hands-on one.
Yeah.
I play it on BGA, and I feel like even though I know the game, I feel like I'm just clicking through.
Yeah, that's the
So
worst.
if you're a hands-on learner like me, definitely
Yeah.
get your hands on it. Potions of Azurland. It's
Okay.
actually right up there behind the
Behind the gumball machine or
behind the
whatever.
gumball machine with dice and pieces in it.
Nice. I think I did see that at Petrie's the last time I was there, so
Mhm.
I'll have to get my grubby mitts on it.
Yeah. So what have I been playing lately?
Yeah.
I have been playing Windmill Valley. I played with some girlfriends last week, and I really enjoyed that. Just worker placement. Have you played Windmill Valley?
No, it sounds heavy.
No. See, that's what I thought too.
Yeah.
I'm very board game intimidated. Like if I see something and I'm like, ooh, no, not for me. But I am a hands-on learner. So I'll watch a video and that helps, but I have to have somebody that I can ask questions, somebody who knows it or what have you. But I'm a hands-on learner. So Windmill Valley, we played. I just learned Alhambra on BGA.
Okay.
Have you played that before?
No, but
that's an older one.
Yeah.
It's very beige and not something I normally would pick because I'm like cute, fun animals. That's kind of my type. But that one I really enjoyed. It's just a tile placement, kind of an auction ish. No, because you wait your turn and you buy tiles if you have the money. So, and then you're placing, there's like 6 different colors of buildings, and the scoring is wild. Like there's 3 scoring rounds. The first round, it's pretty low, and it's based on the different colors. Like whoever has the most of that color building gets the most points. Mm-hmm. And then the last round, I think it's a purple building, is like worth 21 points per building. So that's insane. Yeah, it's big.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun. And what else have I been playing? Night Shift.
Oh, the
the
controversial one, huh?
Yes. I played it solo the other night, and I'm actually going to do like a review on it.
Okay.
My review will be out by the time of the podcast, because I'm doing it on Friday for like first impression Friday hashtag. And then this will drop Saturday, so it'll already be out. Everybody have seen it already.
Yes. All right. I hope it was good.
Night Shift it's definitely it's a game for the girls. Like it's a fun girls, like, getting together, having some drinks with some girls, like having a night out. I think that definitely is the vibe. And you can tell that there's some real world experience was put into the game.
Nice.
So it's interesting, but very, very fun, and just kind of hits a different button that you never would think that. And I think it could bring some people into the hobby, younger people, young fun girls that wouldn't normally pick up a board game. So
what is like the weight and like mechanisms of this game?
It's super lightweight. Basically there's the dance floor. It's surrounded by tables with customers, and you're walking to each table, checking out the customer who's there. And then it's basically luck based at that point, because you're going to try and get them to commit to the VIP room.
Oh.
Yeah. And then so that's a roll of the dice. And each customer has a different condition. So some of them are easier to commit, some are not. Some are just there to spend money and don't want to commit to that. Like they'll just give you the money. It's wild. It really is. And then, so it's a dice roll. And then if you get them to commit, there's a VIP room, and then there's a private room. So the private room doesn't pay as well as the VIP room.
Jesus.
And there's like 2 different mini games based on which room they commit to. So the VIP room, you're flipping cards, did I say VIP? No, the private room, you're flipping cards, and if you flip over the same card 3 times, you bust, and then that customer leaves.
Bust is an interesting choice of words.
And the VIP room is a dice roll. There's like 5 different characteristics. So if you display this characteristics repeatedly, it turns them off. And they leave.
What? This is crazy. All right.
It's press your luck.
I like press your luck. I'm going to get this game.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I talked to Travis about when he comes here, and he's going to be in Alabama.
Yeah.
You also be venturing to Alabama at any point?
I'm going to be deep in it, driving to Pennsylvania.
You could
just a little detour.
little slight detour.
Yeah, I'm sure Mary will be happy for that.
She'll love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well then December at PAX, if you haven't played it by then.
Okay, well, I don't. Patience isn't exactly my strong suit. If you haven't.
Oh, really? Because you just get games, and you don't get the games immediately.
Yeah, I literally got off the call with Cam last week and immediately grabbed Critter Kitchen
off the counter. Like, hey,
yeah.
can you check me out after hours?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not a waiter.
All right.
But we'll see. Maybe it won't be easy to get. I haven't seen it, so
Yeah, I just got my copy, my Kickstarter,
okay.
Last week, and I know they're still fulfilling. So I don't know. I'm not sure what the timeline is for retail. So
Was there any like racy Kickstarter deluxe components? You know.
So there are minis.
Okay.
And they match the dancers. I mean, they're
okay.
I'll show you later.
Okay. Yeah.
Family friendly podcast.
Yes.
But yeah, that's probably and Deep Regrets. That's another one that I played solo, and everybody's talking about.
Everybody is talking about that game. People are getting me wild about that game.
Yeah, that one's another one you gotta get your mitts on.
I know, it's on my eBay. I'm about close to paying an arm and a leg for it.
Ooh, ouch. Don't do that. Just give it a month or so once the hype dies down. And but however, they did announce that Even Deeper Regrets is like the next Kickstarter. I think that's coming soon. It's an expansion. So I don't know. Maybe you'll get lucky, but that might not.
Yeah, we'll see.
Maybe Cam will give you a discount for the multiple shout outs to
yeah, he probably should. And keep that place in business.
Yeah. So other than that, what is next for Clay and Operation Game Night? What can we do? How can we cheer you on? Where can we find you? Tell me all the things.
Okay, real quick aside before I do that, in our closing segment here, I would like to apologize to Have a Seat with Amanda Lee, because I feel like I fumbled your inaugural Teach Me Tuesday, and I have not seen any more Teach Me Tuesday. Just because I taught you the rules wrong doesn't mean you had to stop.
No, okay, so that absolutely had nothing to do with you and my lack of like preparation. Like I got one person to commit, and I'm like, yeah, we're doing it. So
okay,
it was unfair to everybody to just expect a bunch of my friends to be able to take Tuesday off and teach me a game. So I think, and I've actually been thinking a lot about this, that Teach Me Tuesday is going to be like me teach Tuesday. Like, so it's gonna go,
okay,
instead of having the expectation of other people to be available to teach me a game. And so I think I'm gonna pick a game of the week and put it out there for everybody.
Okay. Well, I thought maybe you just had such a bad experience with me teaching you Hanamakoji the wrong way that you're like,
absolutely not.
Shut it down. This segment doesn't work.
I mean, if you want to bring it back, we can try it again with a different game.
Yeah, I'll see what else I don't know the rules to that I can teach you.
Yeah, no apology needed, Clay. It was a great experience. I had fun. The only thing is, like, when you're playing, I don't like that you can only see. I need to know how we could go back and forth. So like, see your screen, see my screen, but I don't have that. I mean, I know we could hear through StreamYard, but I don't have that kind of like, I couldn't be clicking away. I'd need somebody here working the buttons.
You can have somebody backstage doing that. It's StreamYard's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just wanted to, I had been carrying guilt, feeling that I ruined Teach Me Tuesday.
No,
so
not at all.
I wanted to clear the air here in front of everybody on.
No, and I think part of it was my fault too, simply because I'm not a BGA learner, and I don't think I was fully like engaged in your teach. So that's on me.
Well,
because I was like, wait, what? Pretty sure halfway through, I think I realized what I was supposed to be doing, and you were like, I explained that.
Well, I explained it wrong, so it's better than nothing.
But we can bear the weight, the burden together.
Okay.
No
All right.
hard feelings.
We'll go down with this ship. Anyways,
Yeah.
now that that's out of the way, my apology tour.
Mm-hmm.
You can find me at Cardboard and Clay on Instagram, pretty much a defunct account, but there are some good reels from back in the day that you can
I'm gonna
go
check
check
those
out.
out.
And
Those are gonna be part of my promo.
occasionally I do my Sunday stats for Amanda so that she can post them out there. I'm sure she loves just having another person's thing she has to
No, I love it. I love
reshare.
seeing Sunday stats because I find out about so many games through it because I'm like, I've never heard of that. I've never heard of it. So that Abyss,
Yeah.
I found out about through Sunday stats because it
Oh,
was in somebody's 9x9 grid and it was the middle picture. It wasn't that one. It was the blue, Abyss has a bunch of different colors.
yeah.
I think it's 5 different colors. It has the blue guy.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what is that game? I just like, it was so hauntingly beautiful. Just
Yeah.
a deep sea god, I just loved it. So I had to find out what that game was, and now I'm obsessed. So
Oh,
I
wow.
actually
All
got
right.
that. It's actually a box that somebody
No
was.
way.
Yeah, they were getting rid of the game because there was some missing pieces. So that's the
That's cool.
actual.
I
That's
like
one of the
that.
covers.
That's awesome.
My
Well,
club.
I will keep doing my Sunday stats for you then
Yes, please
when I
do.
remember to. But our main thing is the Operation Game Night podcast. So you can
Mhm,
find us on Spotify, YouTube,
mhm.
Instagram is our main social media account we keep up with. So follow us there. We're all kind of in a state of flux right now. All three of us
Right.
are moving across the country, world, wherever, getting new jobs. So the next couple months are going to be kind of crazy. I'm glad Amanda's letting us come on her show. So we're going to be putting out some Joint Ops June episodes, which are going to
Yeah.
be our episodes where we appeared on somebody else's podcast. So stay tuned for those in June. And then in July, we're shaking things up. We're going
All
to do
right.
some new formats where I know Travis talked about last week, but
Mhm.
putting out more episodes per week, kind of shorter versions of what we do now. So, um, yeah,
You're blowing up.
stay tuned for that. But we're going to keep this thing going. We like talking about board games and we like talking to each other. So
Mhm.
until somebody makes us quit, we'll probably keep doing it.
We like listening. You guys do a great job. Like I said, when I talked to Travis, you're very relatable. Just a bunch of dudes,
Yeah.
sitting around chatting about board games. Like what's
Yeah.
not to be interested in?
Yeah.
So,
We try and keep it light. We try and keep it fun and hopefully a little bit informative for
mhm.
the people
Oh
that
yeah,
actually want to know something about a board game. But yeah, that's all about me. And I'm glad to have had a seat here. I've
yeah.
been following the episode since you started.
Oh,
And I know
thanks.
you were touch and go. I saw some messages where you were like, maybe I don't
I
want to
don't
do this,
know.
but you need to keep going, Amanda.
Well, my 12 viewers are.
Hey,
And my very first week getting a 1-star review was very deflating. So whoever left that, you're rude.
yeah. And I will come
Like,
get you. I don't know if you heard, but I used to be a pretty big deal wrestler.
yes, Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Yeah. Something like that.
All right, Clay. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. And good
Yep.
luck with your move and the new
Thank you.
job prospects. And I will chat with you soon.
All right. See you, Amanda.
Bye.